So what is silver? And why has it mattered for thousands of years? It's a question that feels almost ancient, but the answer is more relevant today than ever. To understand it, we have to start with a problem we all feel, even if we don't always have a name for it. Over time, paper money loses purchasing power. That dollar in your pocket, that number in your bank account, it buys a little less next year than it does today. Prices rise. Savings shrink. It's a slow, quiet erosion of value. Silver was a response to that problem. Not a new response, but one of the oldest. It was the original solution to the challenge of storing the value of your work and your time in a way that would last. And that brings us to the core idea. Silver holds value because it is value. It doesn't rely on trust or promises or institutions. A piece of paper money is a promise from a government. A number on a screen is an entry in a bank's ledger. They require you to trust that the promise will be kept, that the ledger is secure. Silver asks for no such trust. It is a physical thing with intrinsic worth. This wasn't a decision made in a boardroom. It was a discovery made over millennia. Civilizations across history, Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, ancient Chinese, independently, without consulting one another, all arrived at the same conclusion. They chose silver as money. Not by decree, not because a king ordered it, but by discovery. They learned through trial and error that this one particular metal had all the right properties to serve as a reliable measure of value. Hey, I'm Norman, and this is The Breakdown, where we take complicated ideas, break them down step by step, and explain them in a way that actually sticks. If there's something you've been curious about, drop it in the comments. We build these videos directly from your questions. All right, back to silver. So what is it really? At its core, silver is a physical element. You can look it up on the periodic table. Atomic number 47, symbol Ag. You can hold it, you can weigh it, you can test it. It's not an idea or a promise, it's a tangible piece of the planet. And that physicality is key to everything else. Because it's a physical element, silver has unique properties. A specific density, a specific thermal conductivity, a unique sound when you strike it. For thousands of years, these properties were the world's most advanced anti-counterfeiting technology. Fakes are easy to spot. The fundamental honesty is why it worked as money. You didn't need a third party to verify it. The metal verified itself. And it is scarce. There is a finite amount of it in the Earth's crust. It takes real labor, time, and immense energy to find it, mine it, and refine it. You can't just wish more into existence. This scarcity is a natural governor on its supply, which is the exact opposite of paper money. This leads to one of its most critical features: no central control. No government issues silver. No central bank controls it. No one can decide to print more on demand to fund a war or pay off debts, thereby devaluing what everyone else holds. And think about how it moves. When you hand someone a silver coin, the transaction is over. It settles instantly. There's no permission required from a bank. There are no intermediaries taking a cut. There is no 3-day waiting period. It's a concept that feels revolutionary in our digital age, but it's been the standard for silver for thousands of years. This is the great contrast. But silver endures. It doesn't fade. It doesn't crumble. It doesn't expire. A Roman silver denarius minted 2,000 years ago is still an ounce of silver today. It has outlasted the empire that created it. But here's where the story gets even more interesting in our modern world. Silver isn't just money. It's also one of the most critical industrial commodities on the planet. It's used in electronics, in energy, in medicine. It is almost certainly in the device you're using to listen to this right now. Its conductivity is second to none, making it essential for circuits, switches, and high-tech applications. It's a key component in solar panels, turning sunlight into electricity. Real, global, industrial demand backs it. And this dual purpose is profound. Silver has two distinct roles: industrial utility and monetary value. This means it has a fundamental baseline of demand that isn't just about investment or speculation. It is actively being consumed by the engines of our most advanced technologies. It's not just sitting in a vault, It's being woven into the fabric of our future. This is why it has always been seen as a way to store purchasing power over time. It preserves the effort you already spent. You trade your work, your time, your energy, your skill for money. The question is, will that money hold the value of your work until you need to use it? Silver's answer for millennia has been yes. It acts like a battery for your economic energy. Now, to be perfectly clear and honest, this doesn't mean the price is stable. The price of silver, measured in dollars or any other currency, moves. Markets fluctuate, sometimes wildly. But it is crucial to understand the difference between the price and the value. The price is what someone is willing to pay for it today in a fluctuating currency. The value is rooted in its unchanging physical properties and its utility. An ounce of silver is always an ounce of silver. What changes isn't the metal, it's the paper we use to measure it. So why do people still hold it? In a world of digital everything, why own this ancient metal? People hold silver because it doesn't depend on trust. It just exists. Its value is not contingent on any company's stock price, any government's creditworthiness, or any bank's solvency. It is an asset with no counterparty risk. It is wealth that stands on its own, and it works without electricity, without the internet, without systems staying online. In a world completely dependent on a fragile digital infrastructure, silver is the ultimate analog backup. It's a form of wealth that is resilient to the failures of the complex systems we built on top of it. Think about the long arc of history. Empires fell. Currencies collapsed. Entire financial systems have vanished. Silver stayed. It has outlived them all, a quiet constant in a world of chaotic change. Ultimately, what silver does best is preserve value outside of the very systems that can be so volatile. It serves as an insurance policy, a hedge against the uncertainties that are an inevitable part of economic life. So let's wrap this up. What is silver? It's a physical form of money with no counterparty risk. It's an elemental constant in a world of variables. And why does it matter? Silver matters because it reminds us what money used to be and what it still can be. It's a tangible link to a different way of thinking about value, one based not on promises, but on physical reality. In our modern world, silver's role has evolved. It's not about replacing our current systems. It plays a complementary role, a stabilizing element alongside digital and traditional assets. It is the physical anchor in an increasingly abstract financial world, as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. And that's the breakdown. If this made sense, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And leave a comment with what you want explained next. Because we don't guess topics here, we pull them straight from what you want to learn.